Ernie Ball presents How to Musician with Cory Wong.
Who am I? You're Cory. Wong. But who am I really? Are you sure you want to know? Yes. Show me. Who am I?
Surprise! It's me. I'm you.
It can't be.
Yep, I was you all along. You're a puppet.
Puppet?
Oh, really? Why don't you look in the mirror?
Our identity is the bedrock of who we are. It's how we think about ourselves, and it's how we present ourselves to other people. I think it's really important for us to take the time and think about how we identify ourselves, both personally and professionally. Am I just a guitar player? Am I a musician? What are my values? What kind of path do I want to lead in this world and in this industry? A lot of the time, our identities can get shaped by how others see us, and sometimes that starts to become how we see ourselves. In this video, I want to tell you a bit about myself, my journey in finding my identity, in the hopes that it might help you ask or answer some questions about your own. Sometimes us human beings like to compartmentalize things and organize things. It gives us some sense of order or control. We put labels on things, we put labels on boxes, and then we put those things in those boxes. To some extent, labels are important, but sometimes we need to reshape or disconnect from labels. Whoa! Hold up! Did that have a double meaning for those of us in the music industry? Take that back, play that back, rewind it. Sometimes we need to reshape or disconnect from labels. Okay, it's not a label thing. I'm not against labels, I haven't had many interactions with them that have been positive so far. Somebody please change my mind. And sometimes more important than the labels themselves, we need to decide who gets to do the labeling. Funk guitarist, striped shirt guy who stepped in gum on his way to the studio, stay-at-home mom, intern, tough negotiator, over-controlling band leader, boom operator, or even just boy. These kind of labels for people are things that we associate with an identity. When someone gives us a label that we don't identify with, or somebody attacks our identity, it really cuts us at our absolute core. And when people say that we suck at the thing that we've committed our lives to, it hurts even more. Well, here's a little bit of a story time, because for me, identity has been something that I've kind of struggled with throughout my life, and maybe it's because of this. My name is Wong. I am Chinese. My dad is full Chinese. My grandparents moved to the United States on a boat. Yes, I know that I don't look Chinese now, okay? You don't have to tell me. My mother is Irish Norwegian. My dad is full Chinese. When I grew up, I was Chinese. Here's a picture of me with my Chinese family. I identified as Chinese. I'm a Wong. Sometimes as artists, we struggle with our own identity. Ever since I was a kid, I identified as Chinese, until I went to kindergarten and somebody told me I wasn't Chinese. And maybe that's why identity has been such an important part of my life. I've been trying to wrestle with and grab and hold on to any piece of identity that I can, I guess. Honestly, I've been struggling to find my identity a good portion of my life, and artistically, I feel as if it's no different. I feel like I finally just found my voice, like a few years ago, after I turned 30. So for anybody who's just graduated from college and hasn't found their voice yet, don't worry, you've got plenty of time.
And now it's time for a trip down memory lane with Cory Wong.
This is a picture of me at 9 years old, my very first piano recital. Check it out, I was a Stripes kid from the beginning, and you know I had to get a tight sneaker game from the start. Well, this is my awkward bowl cut middle school phase. And I had a broken arm about 7 months into learning how to play the guitar with my trusty Stratocaster and, of course, baggy pants like every kid in the 90s. Well, the pants got baggier. This is my I think I want to be Dave Matthews when I grow up phase. Part of being in the school band was that you had to be in the marching band also. So there I was on the sidelines of the football field,
with a 212 crate amp, shredding a marching band version of, you guessed it, Santana's Smooth. After being on the sidelines with the marching band, I figured I might as well get out there on the field, so I started playing drums, and this is my senior photo. Yep, still a Stripes guy. Here's another era where things got interesting. Freshman year of college. This was my first jam band, and you can see by the level of sideburns on my face that I really had things together back then. Well, this was one of my first well-paid gigs. It was a bar band that covered exclusively Green Day songs from their first 3 albums. The band was called 1039 Smoothed Out Happy Hours. We played all the hottest bars within an hour's distance of Minneapolis. And, hey, wait, where'd you get this? No, don't put this. Hey, where'd you get this? No. All right, we're done here. Hey, nope. Nope, not this one. Nope. Hey, cut it off. Cut the camera.
And that was a trip down memory lane with Cory Wong.
So here's the deal. If you wrap your identity into something much larger than you, it removes the ego. What if you tied your identity into an ideal or a virtue or something that's much bigger than you and what you do? For me, it's been spreading joy and fun throughout the world. My identity is not wrapped in being a guitar player or being a musician or the projects that I'm a part of. My music is not meant to show people how awesome that I am on the guitar, although that's fine if they do. It's more about getting to them into a new place in their mind and their body and bringing them a sense of joy. If they happen to think I'm a great guitar player after seeing my show, cool. That's a byproduct of the thing. But what's more important to me is that they leave my shows having some sense of joy, having a sense of fun. So for me, the virtue that I've tried to identify with is joy. And if you don't like me, if you don't like what I do, that's fine. But it releases my ego from the daggers of haters on the internet. If they're not into something that I do, I take it way less personal because they don't connect with the thing that I do. That's fine. If they dislike me as a person, sure, whatever. That's fine. I can get over it. But if my music is tied to a bigger message, if my music is tied to a bigger thing, it feels much better to do. And my successes are a celebration of something much bigger than myself. It's more than I did a good thing. It's something with a much larger meaning that leaves a longer lasting legacy as an artist and, more importantly, as a person. I'm honest with myself in knowing that I'm not going to live forever. But my music and the message that I'm trying to send can continue on well after I die. All right, the final thing I want to talk about is this. Okay, I'm not going to rant, but who are you to judge the way another person identifies themselves? There's multi-dimensions here because I think it's important that we honor the way that people identify themselves. Some people call themselves a jazz musician, yet somebody who studied bebop their entire life might say, no way, you don't play real jazz, you're not a real jazz musician. That's unfair because it has more to do with how each of these people define jazz themselves. It's not fair for bebop person to define what jazz is to R&B jazz cat. Now, in a similar way, society has changed in the way that we're referring to genders. And there are certain pronouns that you might not be used to or didn't grow up with, but it's okay to learn and understand the way that an individual might identify themselves. In the same way that you might meet me and tell me, you don't look Asian, you're not Asian. Well, what am I supposed to do with that? Sure, I get it. I have white skin, I have white features. I'm not numb to that. I get that. But it's the identity that I have that I've always struggled with, for better or worse. So the moral of this video, I guess, is it's important that you're honest with yourself, not only in the search for your creative self, but also for who you are as a person and how who you are can be shared with the world.